Good to see you. Never talked to you before. Watched you play quite a bit.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you too. What has it been like? Talk about your dad's success back when he played. What about your success? I mean, this team is what, 21-0 or 20-0?
Yes. It's 20-0. Yeah.
Wanted to be sure because I was posting something about that today, so it's 20-0. Right
Yes, sir.
Been a great year, I know.
Yes, it's been a very great year. I'm really proud of us. I was hoping this year would be a good year, and I'm hoping we can make it to stakes too.
Feels good to be a senior going through this, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It feels really good.
And you're always fun to watch because you're out there. You're a very unselfish player. You don't mind helping your team out, so making them look good.
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm not one to like be all in the spotlight. I want to do things. I want to help my team, and teamwork makes the dream work, right? So
that's good. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes,
that's
sir.
exactly right. Is that when you came up with yourself, or somebody else put that in your mind?
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it around somewhere.
Look around, so that's not
Yes,
bad, not
sir.
bad at all. What about those Viking players? What do you find to be enjoyable about being around those other girls? Because you're one of the elder statesmen. Yourself, Leah Wallace, and Miss Griffin, I guess, the seniors.
Yes, sir.
Talk about what it's like being a senior around some of those younger players.
It's actually pretty fun, and most of them I played basketball with. Like Haley Barber, we played basketball in middle school together, and it was good. I like to meet new people, and I like them as a team. Like we get along really well, and it's always a joy to be around when we're hanging out.
I described you one time watching you playing the game. It was almost like she's like Grand Central Station, set up on the left side of the court, maybe just inside the elbow, waiting for that player to go by so you can dish that pass off. You've got that thing down to a system, down to a routine almost.
Yes, sir. I don't know. I think I do.
Do you like it coming up high at that high post and dishing the pass off? Or you rather like to sit up down low around the blocks and be in position to get some boards and maybe?
I like being on the high post. I like shooting up there too. I don't do it often, but I like doing it, and then I can see the court better as well.
Have you made that a part of your role, a part of your the way you approach your game? Say, I'm not going to shoot a lot unless it's there. I'm going to try to set other people up. Is that part of your plan?
Yes, sir. Because I feel like if you pass the ball, and it will eventually come, and like I can also get rebounds, and I mean I can shoot too. As I shoot as well, but I don't know. I like passing the ball.
And I'll tell you what, it doesn't really matter what the totals are, points per game.
Right.
What matters is that record now, perfect record.
Exactly.
You cannot question that at all.
Yes, sir.
And who do you have next? That's a big question. Who do you play next?
We play Glenn tomorrow.
So you got a game against Glenn tomorrow.
Yes,
That'd be a challenge, I guess, to some degree.
Yes, sir. It was a challenge when we played them before, and it'll be a challenge tomorrow.
I know Coach Heggie coaches them. He's doing a pretty good job of that women's team at Glenn, trying to bring them back around. Melvin
Yes,
Heggie.
sir.
I mean, that's one thing, though. You girls are playing this stretch right now, getting through the conference, finishing up the regular season. I think it ends next week.
Yes, sir.
But you look at it like that, we got to hope to continue to play hard because sometimes these games are a little bit of a blowout occasionally. Mm-hmm. What keeps you playing hard even under those conditions and circumstances? No one's going in some games. I'm not even naming teams, that's okay. But going into some games knowing we've got this going in, we feel like we do. What do we do to keep our game getting better and improving and working hard?
We just work hard in practice. We have teams, and we play against each other, and we scrimmage, and we make sure that we're doing the best we can, because Join always reminds us, states, it's not going to be like this. We got to work hard, and we have to keep working hard every day.
You brought up the same thing. Coach Joyner sat in that same chair and said the same thing a couple weeks ago. So I'd say sometimes her best games are the ones that her players provide for each other in practice.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we have a bunch of it's good.
Is it fun sometimes too, I guess, to kind of match up in practice, and maybe you get on the team with Haley Barber, maybe Pointer's on the other team, maybe they've got Lindsay Gaudens on that other team as a point guard, maybe you got Tony Tucker, and you kind of go against each other like that?
Yes, it's good because it's always a challenge, and we need challenges to get better. So.
Man, what's the strong point of your game? Throw it out. We kind of know what it is already. What's your strong point you think about you? What's your best part of your game?
I think I box out well and get rebounds well, and I also think I can shoot well on the elbow as well.
What do you think's your best shot? The shot from the elbow, maybe?
Yes, sir.
What about your best move? Do you have a move we haven't seen? You're holding back, or you've got a good move?
I do it sometimes. I did it more in the beginning of the year than the end, but I have like the up and under move that I like to do on the block.
Are you holding back some of this? You gonna give us some of this later on during the year? You still got a few things up your sleeve, right?
Yeah, I do.
Good stuff, good stuff. Let's look at this. Other than your coaches, who I can guess this one already. Other than the coaches, who have you learned the most from during your basketball career?
My dad.
Yeah,
most definitely.
What did you learn from your dad? What's he taught you?
He taught me the up and under move actually, and he just taught me a lot of stuff. Like when we were younger, we always used to go to the Brian Y before school, and we would just work out. We wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to work out.
Did he wake you up, or did you wake up?
Oh, he woke wake us up because we were gonna wake up.
He got you going. You went to the Brian. What was that on the weekends, on a Saturday?
It was on school days.
School days. Man,
Yes.
that's tough stuff there. Wow. Did you talk about when you got to school? Said my daddy made me get up early.
Oh, yeah.
You still talk about it like,
But yeah, I think that's why I don't like getting up early now.
but you still appreciate it now.
Yes, I appreciate it.
We'll talk about some things that have gotten better. What if your game has gotten better this year? What's the most improved part?
I think my boxing out has definitely gotten better because last year I really didn't. But Join makes us emphasize that we need to box out and we need to get rebounds because we're also out there to play defense. We're also out there to get rebounds as well. So.
And we talked about your best move. Do you see this team as the championship within your sights? You feel like
Yes.
this could be a state title team, right?
Yes, sir. That's what we're aiming for.
And your senior year would be nothing better.
That would be amazing.
That would be the perfect.
Yeah, I could be
right
like my
there.
dad.
Yep, you sure
Yeah.
could be. How about, I mean, you can't look ahead to teams, but I know one team is kind of a good team in the state before he ranks as Myers Park team. You heard any
Yes.
talk about them?
Yes, Join talks about them all the time at practice, and she says that's why she says we need to challenge ourselves because teams we're playing now, they're not like Myers Park, and so we need to prepare for them. Those kind of
And
games.
teams like Dudley, they may be in the makings down there. So even a team like Southeast, I know you have to
Yes, we
beat
played Southeast.
You beat them earlier, but I think that team's probably gotten better since
Yes,
you saw them last
they're
time.
really good. They're very athletic,
And they
Join
beat
emphasizes that.
Dudley They beat Dudley once too, I think. Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at some other things for Hunter Newman, our guest here, Shane's Radio Shack, football focus later, basketball focus now. Other than you, who's the best player in Guilford County girls basketball? Who's the best player in Guilford County other than Hunter Newman?
Haley Barber.
Haley Barber's the
Yes.
best, huh? And then the player of the year in Guilford County, Haley would get that award.
Yes, sir. I think she's a good teammate and she works hard every single day and she's not selfish and she's just a really great ball player and a person in general.
I like that call. She is a good young lady. Favorite sport other than basketball? You playing anything else?
I used to play soccer. Soccer actually was my first sport that I loved.
And that's
then-
another team sport too.
Yes.
Were you a facilitator, kind of the old foot passer back in that game?
I played defense.
Oh, okay. So you played the big spot back in the back, keep the ball away from the net, make your goalie
Yes, sir.
be able to take a nap back there so you can keep that ball. Did you play for the school team?
I played for Kernersville Soccer Association.
Gotcha. Hear that term a game changer quite a bit. What is a game changer? Who on your team is a game changer?
I think a game changer is definitely Barb. A game changer to me is somebody who they get in the game and it's just a whole different tempo when they're in the game and they just do everything and then the team changes off of they have the team has a different vibe when they're in the game and it's just they're just so.
Who's the game changer on your team?
Haley Barber.
I'll tell you another one too, because a light went off my head. You're saying that. You got me thinking too. I would say Leah Wallace. When she comes in,
Yes,
boom, she just scores
she has a lot of energy.
rapidly.
Yes, sir.
I've seen her come in on occasions. I was like, she's got 8 points in about 4 or 5 minutes. She just right place at the right time.
And Joyner, she always emphasizes transition points, and Leah definitely gets those when she gets in the game.
Good points. Hunter Newman with us. If you could go back and do it all again, do you do everything the same way you did your basketball career?
Yes, sir.
Don't change anything. You're set. You're happy right now.
I'm happy right now, but at the end of the season, I'm not going to be too
Ask you again, right? Ask you
Yeah.
again. 20 years from now, what do you see yourself doing?
Hopefully being a big-time international translator for big businesses.
For who now?
Big businesses in general, like overseas and everything.
Wow, so you want to go international then?
Yes, sir.
Have you traveled out of the country already?
No, I want to though. I'll probably, when I go to college, I'll probably study abroad.
Where do you think you'll go to college? Any idea?
UNC Charlotte.
UNC Charlotte.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Basketball done after Northwest? Or you looking
Done after Northwest, unfortunately.
But you'll get some intramural work in there.
Yes, I will definitely do that.
Stay in his shape. Hunter Newman's not going to let it get sloppy when she gets out of here. How about if you get a snapshot or a photo of your life? You look at that photograph. What do you see if you look at your basketball life? What do you see in that photograph? Say it's hanging on the wall right now. When you look at this photo, what do we see up there?
I see all the people that helped me get where I am today, like my father, my coaches, and even my brother.
And John has helped you out some to your brother. Does he give you some pointers?
Yes, he does. We play him one-on-one. He's definitely a good challenge.
The key for you and your brother playing one-on-one is for him to allow you to do certain things that still allow your game to get better.
Yeah, he definitely doesn't allow me to do a lot of things, though. He definitely blocks my shot a lot.
If you start doing well, he probably tightens up his defense and changes his game a little bit.
He will not let me beat him.
He always wins.
Yeah.
Have you ever beaten your brother?
I think once I did. once.
That's been a few years
But-
back, maybe? Or recently?
Last year.
Last year?
Maybe, yeah.
Wow, was that a regular one-on-one game or a 21 or maybe?
I think it was 21.
Gotcha. We'll ask you another question about that in just a couple of minutes. But if you could play for any team in the Atlantic Coast Conference, who would you play for and who would you want to beat?
Carolina.
You would play for Carolina?
And I'll beat Duke.
You want to beat Duke? That
Yes,
Carolina Duke thing runs deep. You said next on your schedule is Glenn. Got them tomorrow night. Is that home or away?
It's away.
Got a big game home next Tuesday. Who do you play then?
Southwest.
Yes, that's another big game. LaShonda Monk, tough team.
Yes.
And Lauren Carter, not too bad too. You've got at least 3 or 4 key players on that team you got to definitely look out for.
We're ready.
Yep.
We'll be ready.
The first time, let's go back to the past. We've got a couple of minutes here. We'll keep the same movement. But the first time, I think it was like maybe early on. They were ahead about 7-4. They got to a good start. You got started slowing against them. Then when you got the heat going, you turned it up.
Yes, we had to because we did not want to go back in that locker room at halftime and get yelled at. And also, we knew what we had to. We knew what we had to do. I think we just had to get acclimated with their speed and how they were playing, and just transition to how we should be playing. Because we weren't used to playing really teams like that. So.
Yeah, the competition had been not tough at all much to that point. And you look at Monk, if you get Monk in foul trouble, that's half the battle right there. If you get number seeded and not on that court, you're going to help yourself out a lot too.
Yes, sir.
If you could be the team MVP or be the number 1 student in your class, if you're the number 1 student in your class in Northwest Guilford, with all those students everywhere, such a big school, that's saying something, what would it be? Number 1 in your class academically or the MVP on your basketball team?
Number 1 in my class, because at the end of the day, academically, that's what's important, because you're a student athlete. Student comes first, and also look great on the college application.
You're not kidding. Let me ask you this. Let me dig even deeper here. Where do you sit right now in your class academically? How do you stand?
I think I'm in the top half, definitely in the top or top quarter.
Do you know who's number 1 at Northwest these days? Anybody we can name? Any athletic realm or anybody else?
I don't think they're athlete.
Gotcha. All right, a couple more questions for Hunter, and we'll move on to John Newman Jr. coming up next. You're stuck on the deserted island. You got to play somebody one-on-one to get off that island. Who do you play? And it's got to be somebody you feel like you can beat, because you got to get off the island, but you got to beat this person one-on-one to get off. Who do you play?
Probably John.
Play your brother.
John.
You feel confident you're going to get out there? Okay.
Yes. If I want to get off the island, then I'm going to do everything I can to beat him.
Here's another kind of basketball-related type point on this. Do you go for John straight one-on-one, going say 11, 15, or 16, or do you play John in that 21 game? Better chance beating him 21, better chance beating him straight up one-on-one.
Probably straight up one-on-one.
Okay.
Because it's more of a challenge, and 21, it can go either way, and one-on-one, you either beat him or you don't. So
And the one-on-one game, I can take it a little more step further. I'll let you roll. Do you want to play John to 11, 15, or 16? Is it better to play him and get it done as in a shorter game form, or the longer the game is, the better chance to beat him? You know, some people say, I'm going to play this guy at 10. I get to say I can win this thing early, but if I say he stays longer, I could be in trouble.
Probably 15, because 15, that's his number, so I want to beat him at his number, at his lucky number, so probably 15.
So do you have a superstition or a lucky number yourself?
No, I don't really have one. I guess 33. I like that number.
Yep, that's your uniform number, right?
Yes, sir, and my dad was 33 as well.
I thought he might have been. I thought that might be a connection there. Well, Hunter, outstanding job.
Thank you so
passed
much.
the test. You didn't beat. Everything was perfect. Keep up the good work and get the state championship, and then we'll talk about that a little later on, okay?
Yes, sir.